Welcome. You're now locked into another episode.
Let's go!
Of the Bear and Tails podcast, bringing you your weekly injection of gaming.
Let's go!
Content creation and overall nonsense.
What just fucking happened, bro?
Coming straight from their live streams on Twitch to your headphones at home.
Big time energy.
Let's go!
Let's begin.
Hey!
Baby, back another week. Here we are, another day, another dollar.
Another day, another dollar. Gotta get that paper, honey boo boo.
I love it. You guys are tuning in to the Bear and Tails podcast. I'm Bad Bear Gamer. With me, as always, is my lovely co-host, Sweet Tails. Tails, how are you?
Hi. How's everyone doing? Another week? I can't believe it's Monday already. Like, time flies so fast. Like, it's crazy.
It just pops off. That's all it does. I mean, I feel like the busier you get, this is, I guess, a self-serving comment, but the busier it gets, the more time like flies by and you lose track of it, and it just gets crazy. And right now, everything that's going on, I know in both of our communities, time is just flying by, and it's nuts.
We have a big announcement and a big congratulations to make to you, Mr. Bear, and getting Twitch partnership.
Hey! Thank you.
Yay!
Yeah, we got the news last week, thankfully. Absolutely incredible. You know, I mean, again, like we talked about, it was one of those major
I told you you're
benchmarks.
going to get it.
You did.
I told you. The first time they'd always deny you. The second time you had the numbers, you're good. And guess what? It's a huge milestone. So proud of you, dude. So freaking proud of you, man.
Thank you. Yeah, it was one of those things that it's such a serving element, right? It's such a big benchmark that doesn't do anything for me financially. It's not this big achievement from that standpoint, but it's a little bit of validation that what we're doing is working, where we're going is working, the community is behind everything, and thank you. It's incredible. My favorite part is, as stupid as it sounds, that little check mark is just, I like it.
I know. You came into my stream and you had it right next to your name. I'm like, oh, fancy. Look at you, fancy.
I'm a big fan.
But you know what it is, too? It's something that you can, like, it's not that you just get partnered. It's the fact that you and your community achieved this together.
Correct.
And that is the coolest thing. So when you get partnered, it's not that like you just got partnered. You're not being selfish. It's like everybody, you kind of all get partnered because they've all been on this journey with you, and it's something to all celebrate. I remember when I got partnered and the celebration so how did you get the email? That's what I want to know. When did you get it and when did you open it?
Yep, I got it. I think it was last Monday. Opened it up and saw it. And actually at first, so all of my Twitch emails go to like almost like a spam folder because it just believes it's propaganda. Yeah. And so I never saw the email actually come in, but I logged on to Twitch and I saw the application process and I clicked on it and it was like application complete. If you got denied, you can reapply on so-and-so date. The same thing it told me after the first try. And I was like, oh shit, you know, but then I went and pulled up the email and thankfully it was there. And yeah, I get.
What time did you get yours at?
Midday.
Like what time?
I think it came in at like 2 p.m.
I literally got mine at like 2 or 3 in the morning. I had just gotten done streaming. I was laying in bed and I got a notification, ping, and I'm just like in bed. I'm like, and I look over my phone because I had my notifications on, and I looked over and it was like, and I opened it up. It was like, congratulations, and I just sit up in my bed. I'm just like, I'm like crying, but I can't tell my community. Like I couldn't like show my community my reaction because it was 3 in the morning. So I just like, and then the next day I was just like, oh my God. But yeah, that's at least you got yours at a decent time. I was just like,
we were able to do a full stream. The output and support was insane. And I get pinged for this all the time. To your point, I use the word we a lot. We did this, or we've been working on this, we've been achieving it. And people always say, they're like, who else are you working with? Like, do you have like an editor? Like, no. Anytime I use the word we, I always think of this as a community thing, right? It's me plus all the support, and not just the community support of the individuals who follow me, but, you know, friends and peers like yourself and the other content creators that I network with and have built relationships with, and people that have been behind me and supporting me, like my family and all. Like, there's so many people that go into this. And we used to use this term when I played football a ton, that was, it takes a village, right, to get anything done. You can't do things as an individual. It takes a village. It takes, you know, every little person doing their job to get the end result. And at the end of the day, that's it, right? My job is to create content, but my family's job is to help support that and be there.
Isn't that what the, the song YMCA Who are the people that sang that song?
the villagers or whatever. Yep. YMCA.
Oh wait, I didn't even do the.
I think you nailed it.
I know, young man. But dun, 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 dun,
I think I saw somebody do
young.
M weird. Do you go over your head for the M?
YMCA.
Okay. Perfect.
Yeah.
I saw somebody do it the other day where they did like an M like this or some shit. Like it was like in the middle of
like
their
here?
chest. Yeah. I did not like it. I didn't want
It's
it.
a baby.
I know.
YMCA.
I didn't like it. I don't want it. Other news, though, somebody's got a birthday coming up.
I do.
Are you excited?
Yeah, April 19th. No, I'm not, because I'm getting older. I don't fucking like it. Fuck off, birthday. Just kidding. No, I'll be stoked. I'm gonna be doing like a special stream, so that will be fun. I don't know. I might like bake something. Hopefully, I don't like burn my house down. But I don't know. I'm just trying to figure it out. I get like, I don't know, like I get nervous around my birthdays and stuff because I want to do like, I'm not sure what I'm going to do for stream, but I want it to be awesome and I want it to be a kick ass and I want to just get the community involved. I might do some like custom Warzone fun kind of games kind of thing like we've done in the past. And yeah, so that's pretty much it though.
That'd be great.
And then I've got some pretty awesome stuff coming down the road that I'm not allowed to talk about yet. So anyways, moving on.
Tell me are you a big birthday person in general?
I used to be when I was younger, but I think the older I got, and especially now with the pandemic, it's just like, it's my birthday. I mean, like, I'm not one of those people where I'm like, I expect the red carpet. Like, I just wake up in the morning and it just feels like a regular day for me. You know, I don't really, expect anything. I'm very blessed in my life and I'm very happy with what I am. I just wake up and I'm just like, okay. I also don't have too many like IRL friends, to be honest with you. So it's not like I'm going to be going out drinking and like having like a party. And I'm okay with that. I've always been a homebody, but I might go get like dinner with a friend or something like that.
Yeah.
Figure it out, but nothing crazy.
For me, it was always, I was never really big on the big, like, let's go to the club and tear it up and run up a tab,
I used to be when I turned 21.
Well,
Watch out.
Sure.
I was on top of tables dancing in a miniskirt. It was a bad idea, but it was so much fun. I got wasted.
Ironically, so was I. I was on top of the tables in a miniskirt, and let me tell you, those were the days.
Oh God, you in a miniskirt? That would be hilarious.
No, but I always love being around like friends and stuff like that. Like I'm one of those people who always says like my birthday isn't a big deal, but I really do appreciate like when people do something nice on it. I remember last year with the pandemic and everything, because my birthday's in November. We did a gigantic like Warzone tournament where a bunch of content creators came in, and it was a lot of fun. But
yeah,
it's just different. You're right. It is different with COVID and the pandemic and everything.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I'm excited for you.
Thanks.
Probably more excited than you'll be. So that's happening.
Yeah. Anyways, so I just want to get into really quickly review.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Review of the week.
What did you write?
It must be a good review.
Hey, what did you write?
Is it bad?
And now, a review from you.
All right, so this is from I Am Papa Doc.
Woo!
Title, Best Part of Wednesdays.
Oh.
By the way, Wednesdays are a great day. I'm glad we decided to do it on Wednesdays because it's hump day.
Hump day?
Hump day. Hump don't actually hump things, but
Listen.
This is a weird transition.
You've done better.
I'm trying to save it. It's not being saved.
You're doing
We're moving
great.
on. Best part of Wednesdays besides the hump. Just kidding. I added that in there. Sorry, Papa Doc. I'm just kidding. All right. Sorry. Bear's shaking his head at me. This is the review. Their sense of humor just matches so perfectly, like they've known each other forever, and their knowledge of streaming and gaming is so helpful. It's fun to listen to them get to know each other while we learn more about the both of them in a comical way. I work Wednesdays and this podcast is always something I look forward to help me get through the day. Thank you guys for being you. 5 stars. Yeah.
You guys, I love the comments so much. Not only do the reviews help us from a standpoint of discoverability and standpoints on the various platforms, but
5 stars.
I also love just hearing from you guys. Like it's such a The immediate feedback is so rewarding from the standpoint of we obviously put a lot of time and energy and effort into this. It's good to know that you guys enjoy it because that's at the end of the day what it's all about. 100%.
5 stars.
5 stars.
5 stars. I don't know. I was trying to be like a movie person. That's
what?
Yeah, this is a 5 stars. What was that?
What was yours? I was gonna go like in a time before review.
In a time before movies in the 5 stars.
That's creepy.
I like it. Quick question of the day. What are your guys' thought on the newly released It Takes Two? If you guys don't know, this is a game that was brought out by EA. Very much almost in the style of, what game were you playing? Was that Little Nightmares?
Yeah.
Where it basically is a comical game where you die a ton. That's the whole purpose of the game, is just to die as you're making your way through these maps and everything. But this one by EA, a little bit more cartoony, less dark than that. But it's co-op. That's the big thing, is playing it with another person. Have you had a chance to take a peek at this?
Yeah. So, like, just circling around. So, like, Little Nightmares, I think it's just kind of like the same play, as in there's a lot of, like, puzzles and stuff. Like Little Nightmares, you have to run throughout the map. And I think the way they, like, have the game set up, it's kind of similar in that sense. Mm-hmm. But in regards to, I mean, this is definitely different in regards to, like, it's supposed to be fucking hilarious. Mm-hmm. You play it with somebody else. I've seen gameplay on it. It looks so much fun. And who did you say released it?
EA, Electronic Arts.
EA.
It's in the game.
Sports.
Yeah, that's all we know EA for. They also
EA.
did like the what was it, Battlefront? They do. I mean, they've done a lot of different games that are out there. But yeah, I'm super excited about this. I think it looks fun. The gameplay that I've seen looks goofy.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, if you guys are looking for a game that's lighthearted and easy to kind of pick up and play, and you're looking for something co-op to play with a friend through all this is probably a good choice.
Well, it's like a puzzle game. You have to figure out how to get through stuff, and then you have to work together. So that's why it's funny, you know? So who knows? Maybe you guys can expect some gameplay soon.
That'd be fun. Hey, let's get in the news.
I want to know everything.
I want to know everything. What's the news?
Now, it's time for News and Noteworth.
News from around the industry in regards to gaming and content creation. We're going to start here.
We got a lot.
We got a lot. We got some good stuff, too. We're going to start here. Twitch, obviously the major streaming platform right now, just released its numbers from March, and it was their biggest month ever. With over 2 billion hours watched, they have absolutely conquered, which is really no surprise. I mean,
I'm not surprised at all with that. I mean, it's the biggest platform out there in regards to streaming, but I wouldn't be surprised if, you know, I don't have the numbers on YouTube, so I'm not sure what YouTube did, but I know that, I mean, it's definitely up there. It's got to be up there, but Twitch is by far, it's the monster with streaming. You can't compete against that, dude. Like, but the fact that it has the most hours, this is their best month ever. 2 billion like, hours watched.
Comprehend that. Like, we think about how big like a million is. Like, have you ever seen those videos of like rice? Like when they talk about like millionaires and how much they're worth, and they're like, "This is a petal of rice. Pretend this is like $1,000," and then they go to a billion, and like it's a big number when you put it into comparison.
It's a shit ton of rice.
Yeah. So it's outstanding. But the crazy part to me is I believe we're just getting started. I believe we're going to see more and more of this, because Twitch is becoming more than just gaming, right? We're starting to see new trends and new things pop up, and people use this for different things.
Well, the thing is that it's becoming more mainstream. I mean, gaming as a whole has become way more mainstream and more accepting. Gaming, you know, had a stigma a long time ago. Even me when as a kid, like if you gamed, you were a nerd, and there wasn't the reputation that it has now. And now it's the way of the future. Everyone's doing it. And I think the reason why too is because as we evolve all together online and what type of content we can put out there, it's getting pushed out on all sorts of platforms. Again, like I said, when I first started streaming, which was almost 3 years ago, I had never heard of Twitch. Now, you don't even have to be a gamer, but you hear a Twitch because of TikTok, because of YouTube. Like, it's just, you know what it is. You don't, you know, you can ask any kid out there because they play Fortnite, but they know what Twitch is. 3 years ago, that was not the case. It was definitely, I mean, I was a pretty avid gamer back then. I didn't know what it was. So I just think it's getting pushed out more. But we're looking at, you know, in regards to Twitch, we're looking at the platform not just for gaming anymore, streaming, right? I mean, the different trends that are coming out are so fucking
They're
crazy.
absurd.
I mean, but it's just it's such a wide variety, which is why, we're not just talking about people watching people game on Twitch anymore. We're talking about people cooking. We're talking about people sleeping.
When is our Tails sleeping stream coming? That's what everybody wants to know.
Listen, I'm an avid sleepwalker and sleep talker, and I am not responsible for the things that come out of my mouth when I'm sleeping, so I am not doing that ever. And I don't know. Knowing me, like, sometimes I wake up and my shirt is off. Like, I don't know what I'm going to do in my sleep, okay? So we are not ever doing that. But,
the Bad Bear hot tub stream is coming?
That's what I was just saying. I want to know when the bear hot tub stream is going to come out. That's what I want. Have you seen the guys that have been replicating the hot tub streams?
No, I've not.
Haven't?
I haven't seen the guys.
Oh my God.
I've seen a couple of the girls that have popped up. And in my opinion, obviously, I look at this just like, this is an attention grab situation. But it's become a trend, which is absurd.
I don't know, man. Listen, like, I've always been, because you have to be careful when you speak of this, because God forbid you say anything about it and people are like, all I have to say, and I'm going to say it how it is, it obviously is an attention grab. There is absolutely no other reason than to make money, to sit in a hot tub. And listen, I don't want to get shit for that. Whatever. I don't even care. I'm going to say,
guy or girl, it doesn't matter.
But the thing is, I mean, the guys are doing it because they're making fun of the women that do it. And I'm not, listen, girl, do what you got to do. Like, it is what it is. You want to make your money however you want to. But there was some that I actually clicked on. And I just clicked on because I'm curious. That, like, genuinely made me uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. The girl was legit wearing a thong. And I don't think it was a bathing suit, a thong, lingerie thong, and a lingerie bra in a hot tub. When does Twitch, at least a bathing suit?
Correct.
Like, I just
thought
was
that
so
crossed
confused.
and I got to look back. I forget, but the terms of service, I know there's some things in there about what you can wear and can't wear. I would believe that a certain amount of skin eventually, because that's not what Twitch wants to be.
Well, no, because they say if it matches the context, that's why girls are putting hot tubs in their rooms and doing it, because as long as you're in water and you're doing something, you can wear a bikini. But, like, God forbid Twitch says what kind of bikini you wear.
Yeah.
Girls are going to be like, you can't do that. That's not blah, blah, blah. But, like, and I'm a female. I'm very open to it. I don't care, whatever. The girls that are laying in bed with their thigh-high socks and stuff, whatever. You got to make your money, girl. Do what you got to do, right? But there's got to be a fucking line.
Yeah.
There has to be. This is not an OnlyFans. This is Twitch. But the thing is Twitch is stuck between, a hard spot and
a rock. A rock and a hard spot. Yeah, I'm with you.
Because they can't say anything, because if they say something, they're going to come off being sexist, and Correct. It sucks because they're, but that's their TOS. They should have. I mean, I don't think they ever thought of it because it was never an issue. But when you're a big company like this, you have to think of things like this.
Well, especially with the expansion of everything. I mean, their forecast, and they are making changes, because that's another thing I want to hit on is of the TOS. Yeah. They did just recently make changes that are making news right now, which is Twitch is now monitoring non-Twitch sites to monitor basically behavior. So they're looking at things like your Twitter, your Instagram. Correct. And there's a lot of mixed reviews out there as far as what does this mean for content creators. Personally, I'm a fan of it. And from the standpoint of, and I'll be blunt about this. I don't care who's listening. If you're,
your turn, go ahead.
Yeah, if you're a piece of shit, like, I want to know about it, and Twitch should know about it, because listen, I don't believe that that's something you fake usually, right? You're not faking that. You can hide it a lot of times, and maybe you hide that, but it's going to come to the surface eventually. Your true personality in some way, shape, or form, regardless of how hard you work to quote, hide something, is going to come. So if you have a situation where you are displaying, I don't care if it's sexist, if it's racist, if it's homophobic, if it's any type of behavior that is just not acceptable in 2021 here, in this day and age, like, I'm going to say this very bluntly, I don't want you on our platform. Like,
I agree.
And this isn't just for, if you guys are listening, this isn't just for partners or affiliates. They're literally monitoring anybody they feel they need to, but I think it's all viable. I mean, they are a privatized company and have the right to say who gets in and who doesn't.
And you know what it comes down to? I genuinely feel like this is all coming through because of the hacking situations and because of all the sexual allegations going on
100%.
YouTube right now. I think people need to be held accountable. If you're a streamer and you hack and you get in trouble for hacking outside of streaming, absolutely you should not be allowed to stream because you're cheating. You're a cheater. You should not be allowed to stream. And maybe this will help people not want to hack. But I love the fact that Twitch is holding people accountable for being shitty people and doing stuff. Now, you know, people make mistakes, right? But not those types of mistakes. You really have to think about, you know what I mean? So I'm not saying like, you know, like to a certain extent, like, I mean, like,
you got to think about it with the level and the pedigree that you have to be to really get in trouble using this. It's not a small, I sent the wrong thing. No, this is an ongoing behavioral thing, and they just basically want to extend themselves to say, hey, we're looking at this. And if you don't think that other organizations are doing this, like you're nuts. If you don't think that Facebook is monitoring everything, like, you just have to understand in this day and age with everything so digitized and all the money being basically in technology-based segments, they're looking at everything that we do. And you're building an online profile. They should. Yeah, I agree.
I mean, when you become affiliate or when you become partnered on Twitch, you sign a contract and you're basically saying I'm going to follow these rules and everything. But you know, it's this, if someone's like affiliate on Twitch and then they go in and beat up somebody the next day and get arrested, like, you know, like I'm pretty sure that includes what they're going to be looking for, like people that are getting arrested, people that have a record and stuff like that, you know, and I just think it's important to make sure to hold people to the highest level of being just a good person to be able to. It's a privilege. It's you're not, it's open to anyone to be able to stream on their platform, but like you can't, and I think it, like I said, I think it will also hold people accountable outside of streaming and playing games. Like how they interact with people in Discord and harassing and bullying and stuff.
That stuff is not acceptable in today's day and age. And to play devil's advocate, what the other side, in case you're wondering, if you agree 100% with Tails and I, and you're wondering what are people even arguing, basically they're arguing that Twitch is a platform, and as a platform, they need to stay basically unbiased. Their job is not to rule in one side or the other, but to stay neutral. And again, to my comment to that is, if you don't think, like, what's your competition? We talked about them earlier. It's YouTube, owned by Google, and Facebook, owned by Facebook. If you don't think that those companies are also monitoring everything you're doing and not afraid to shut down your account due to inappropriate behaviors, you're nuts.
YouTube does it
all the time.
YouTube demonetizes YouTube videos, or not even just YouTube. YouTube will demonetize anybody's video if they're going through a scandal.
Correct.
I don't know about James Charles, though, because they seem to really have
that's a whole other issue.
Seems like they're in bed together because James Charles can get away with everything and not get in trouble for it. Let's just talk about that shit.
That's a whole other issue.
Oh yeah. So, but it all transpires over into the content creation, and that does sit in the realm of streamers. You see a lot of YouTubers that are starting to cross into streaming. And you see them like Bretman. He's been playing Among Us, and he's a beauty guru on YouTube and on Instagram. And he was playing Among Us with Valkyrie and Pokimane and all of them. And
I love the way you say
Corpse.
Pokimane.
You know what I mean?
You always emphasize the main, the Pokimane. I love it.
Pokimane, because her name's Iman. Is it Iman or Iman?
I think it's. Like, if I was to say it, I'd say Pokemon, but I would you see how I kind of hide that back end. You really emphasize it, and I love it.
I think it's Pokemon. I think it's Pokemon, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, that's just my accent coming out because I'm East Coast, baby.
I love it. In other news, other big things that were happening in the world of orgs, Courage, JD Courage, and Valkyrie are now co-owners of 100 Thieves with Nadeshot. This is big time news for two big reasons. Number one, 100 Thieves, obviously one of the biggest organizations out there as far as esports is concerned. But number two, Valkyrie now becomes one of the first females, or even the first female, to be an owner of an esports org. And if you guys aren't familiar, let's take just 2 seconds to talk about orgs, because you probably have heard about them if you're in this world, if you're in this industry. You know about 100 Thieves, you know about FaZe, right? There's the kind of the next tier down from there, which are things like G2 and SOAR and Envy. I mean, there's some really good organizations out there. what's the benefit of an organization? They kind of have twofold, right? Number one is they have esports teams which compete in tournaments for various games where, obviously pre-COVID, when a lot of this was happening in person, those teams would fly to these tournaments, whether they're national or international, and compete, and they would represent the org and earn money competing. Number two is they have content teams. So they have content creators that they'll sign and bring on just to represent the brand and help create content for the brand and be basically a partner or a brand ambassador type thing where their whole job is to create content, and they create content at a very high quality. So orgs are becoming more popular as streaming and esports has become more popular. What are your 2 cents on this news? Because this is huge.
Yeah, absolutely. I think in regards to orgs, also, I think the reason why orgs are becoming such a big part, which they always have been because of the esports side, is because of the content creation side now. This is it's fairly new. Esports orgs have been around for a very long time, but the orgs branching out into content creation is fairly new. It was not always a thing. They're starting to realize that there's another side to the streaming and the content creation side of things, not just playing competitively and being really good, right? So that's what I appreciate about 100 Thieves, is because they acknowledge that and they see that. I don't believe FaZe does. I don't know if FaZe does that.
FaZe has a content team. Everybody has a content team,
but they're more known for their esports. I feel like anybody that signs to FaZe is nasty, sick at a video game. They don't have someone that's quirky and weird. I don't know. I could be wrong. I don't know.
No, you're not. You're not
just
wrong.
Don't know too much about FaZe, but I feel like they're prominently known for that.
They signed a lot of trick shotters and things like that, really good players who created content, but still based on gameplay. I mean, Nadeshot was really the first one who even said when he started 100 Thieves, we're a content forward teams.
I love that.
So when they were signing people, they weren't signing people just because of their gameplay. They were signing people because they created content. They had YouTube channels and they had Instagram, followings and Twitter followings
and clout.
Yeah, exactly, and communities, and that's becoming more important. And while Nadeshot and 100 Thieves kind of prioritized it, now you're seeing everybody's got it. Especially the big ones. And if you're wondering, as a content creator, why would you sign with them outside of just obviously the affiliation? There's a lot of reasons, right? I mean, you get networking with other top creators that are with that brand or that org. There's usually brand incentives and you can get brand deals that you might not otherwise be able to get by yourself because now you're part of the organization. There's a lot of different pieces that come with it, but in this regards, this is really big because now you're talking about one of the top companies. This would be like if Bill Gates and Microsoft all of a sudden sold and had, additional owners and co-owners. That's basically the size of 100 Thieves in this industry.
Well, 100 Thieves is also owned by Scooter, who is the huge manager in the music industry. He owns his own label or whatnot. I think Drake also owns part of 100 Thieves too.
Is that true? I don't know that. I didn't know that.
Yeah, Drake. I believe I saw that. And I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure Drake does too. So there's a handful of people that are co-owners of. Oh wait, no. Am I confusing it? No, I'm pretty sure Drake owns part of 100 Thieves. I think I saw that on JD's Twitter.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm not sure.
But Courage.
No, because you know what? I might be confusing it because so here we have Valkyrie and JD announcing this on Twitter, blew the fuck up, right? Everyone was like, "Holy shit! Look at Ray go!" I love Ray. I look up to Ray. I think she's amazing. I always have, and I like that she's also older. An older female in the gaming industry. She's not 21. She's in her late 20s. I think she's 29, almost 30, and she's doing awesome big things.
It's all over at 29.
No, I'm not saying
Sweet
that, but I'm saying as a female, that's one of the things that, as a girl, and we don't know what it looks like because females are finally becoming prominent in the last 10 years. Females have not been prominent in the gaming space for 30 years. We don't know what it looks like. So I think she's setting a path and setting a way. And I love that. And I love that she's a female. Yeah, I'm going to go there because I think it's great. I think we need that. And now I'm just waiting to see what she does with it. I really hope she sets a path. I really am interested to see the type of creators she brings on, and I'm really excited about it. And same thing with JD. I think he's great too. I just 100 Thieves is definitely, it's on my list. That's, if I was to pick any org, that's what I'd want. And you have to keep in mind that, when you join an org, and I'm not saying 100 Thieves, I'm just saying in any org in general, if you're ever approached by an org, you need to do your due diligence and you need to research it. Don't also let the numbers or anything get in the way. See who's on the team. See if you vibe with those people. See if that's a part of something that you want. It's your brand too. So yes, it might be a decent org coming to you, but you need to look at it as a whole and what they can offer you. Also make sure contract time. Depending on, you sign a contract when you join an org. It could be 1 year, it could be 2 years, depending on your career. Do you really want to be signing a 2-year contract right in your prime? You never know. So you just have to just be careful, but it's definitely beneficial. And I think it's great. And I think it's pretty awesome that this news is especially for females in the gaming industry. Then, I don't know if you saw this one. This is what I thought was funny, though, so Valkyrie posted that and she was getting a lot of attention. She was trending on Twitter because she was a female, whatever. So then, like a couple days later, Pokimane posts on her Twitter and she goes, I have some really exciting news and I can't wait to share it with you. Let me pull it up. Hold on a second. And she's talking about how she is now an investor or a partner in this some sort of company. Hold on. And I just think it's okay. Yes, it's so surreal to say this, but I'm officially invested in Theragun, Therabody, alongside absolute legends like Rihanna, Kevin Durant, Shawn Mendes, Justin Timberlake, and more. And I think it's so funny how it literally just came after what Valkyrie did.
Yeah.
And I think it's just kind of like, I don't know, like it kind of annoyed me a little. I think she's a sweetheart. I just thought let Valkyrie have her moment. Why you gotta just come out of nowhere? By the way, have you ever heard of Theragun or Therabody?
No. Zero.
What the and like all the comments are like, congratulations, but who the fuck is that and what is it? What like
congratulations,
what is it?
yay!
What? Yay! But like I'm like, come on, just like can we just like let Valkyrie have her moment, girl? Come on. Like I said, I respect both of them tremendously. When I saw that Twitter post, I was like, oh girl, come on.
She tried. It's good though. I mean. And it'll be exciting, especially when, FaZe earlier or late 2020 did their whole Phase 5 challenge. And part of the big thing that came out there was that they didn't choose a female as part of the Phase 5, which is ridiculous.
Who did they choose?
5
Do you know who they chose?
I mean, off the top of my head, no. But it was...
What kind of content did he create, though? Was he just a really good game player?
There's 5 of them. They chose 5.
Okay.
And there was a few TikTokers who were in like the final run. Like Lucci was one of those, and I think it was either Sally. I know Stanman was up there. Woo was one of the finalists as well. There's a couple of TikTokers.
No women.
There was, I think, women in the 25, but no one made the final 5. Does FaZe
have any women on there?
They do have women. Yes, they do have women that are part of that. Isn't Butters? I think Butters is part of FaZe. As a content creator.
The thing is it prominent enough to where it's like women and like men, like you can think of FaZe like that?
The problem with FaZe, which is not a problem, because he's honestly one of my favorite content creators, but I mean the face of that organization is Nick Merckx. And Nick Merckx has that traditional macho, old school style mentality and facade about him, right? Which is, and I'm not saying Nick is this way because I've never seen anything. There's no evidence of it, but just that old school kind of men rule the playground, girls play with Barbies type of mentality, right? And that's just not where we are today. And I think FaZe just has that same type of mentality. Even though they have females on the roster, they would not be on the top of my choice to say they're a female-friendly org. Even though, again,
they have one or two. They have Ewok, who's a 13-year-old.
Yeah.
14-year-old. She's deaf.
Is Butters there?
Deaf. She's a Fortnite. I'm trying to look it up and see who.
I thought she was.
There definitely do not have many females. And the fact that they made this whole top 5 thing like a huge deal and they didn't sign a female, that's really disappointing.
It is.
That's disappointing, to be honest with you. I remember that whole thing. People were like, you should do it. You should do it. I'm like, I'm not going to get it, dude.
It's a run.
I'm not a FaZe material. I'm not good at video. I feel like, you know what I mean? And the Phase 5, like, you have to... FaZe is looking for... They're not looking for people like me.
No.
They're not. Phase 5.
Yeah, FaZe is looking for strong gameplay type people, right? Where they still want that same thing. They want that sweet shot, that person who 360 no scopes off the roof. And it's like they're not looking for the person who can make 1,500 people laugh. They're looking for the people that can make 500 people drop their jaw and be like, holy cow, did you see that shot?
Well, this is also the other thing, which is why I didn't I was just like, if I was to even try out for FaZe, and say for any ridiculous reason I was to make it, right? I don't think the FaZe viewership and following would respect me, and they would think I'm a joke, and they would come at me hard, because that's the type of following that they have. Mm-hmm. They only respect people that are good at playing games. They don't have, I just feel like there would be a lot of ridicule, and I guarantee you that's one of the reasons why they did not pick a female in the top 5, because they knew that if they brought in a female, that their following would eat them alive. Literally will eat them alive. 100 Thieves.
They need the right brand.
You already have 2, 3, 4 women in there that are very big and very respected. So no big deal for 100 Thieves. But for FaZe, they have to be very careful, and that's why.
Well, and now
that's why I was like, I'm not even gonna do it. I'm not even gonna try it out, because I'm not a good gamer. I would just be funny, kind of like watch me make content, but. Yeah, whatever. It is what it is. It's annoying.
Now they got a female at the reign too, which I'm sure is another move to continue to promote that and to build that range inside of them. So again, that's all we got to hit on. But it is good news. It's big news. Things you guys should be aware of. Other things that's going on. Days Gone, the hit zombie game, kind of apocalyptic zombie game. Days Gone 2 is a game that a lot of people were anticipating. It was pitched at a meeting and declined by Sony. It's insanity. Including the director of the game also wanted to really build out this is a quote, a significant online mode, which from what I'm reading has basically been basically an online universe, an online world that's co-op, that you're playing with other people in the post-apocalyptic zombie universe. And there's just nothing like that. It blows my mind that Sony just rejected it.
How cool would that be for you to have an online? I mean, we have GTA, we've got Red Dead Redemption has their own Western thing. Wouldn't it be so fucking cool to play an online zombie apocalyptic world, like Walking Dead world, like you could live? This is their opportunity. Fuck you, Sony.
I think they missed the ball on this one.
Absolutely. The first one was amazing.
That's what I heard.
I think it was good. I mean, I think the graphics were good up to a certain point. I think the zombies could have added more work. The horde scared the shit out of me, but it was still a really fun gameplay. They could have turned the second one into something amazing. So I don't know why Sony did that, unless they have another game coming down the road that would be similar to it.
Potentially.
But I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Other games that are coming. Diablo 2 was a hit game. Probably one of the most popular RPG games. Released originally 20 years ago. I remember this game. I purchased this game at Best Buy, and I remember my mom took it away because it was rated M for mature, and she kept hiding it in her room, and I kept sneaking into her room and getting it and reinstalling it. It was an ongoing venture. But they're releasing Diablo 2 Resurrected, which is basically the original game with updated graphics. I've seen the gameplay. It's an alpha release right now. Full game is coming later in 2021, but it basically looks like the way Diablo 3 was, where it's updated graphics. Things are very crisp, very clean. It's going to be cross-platform, so you can play, if you play on console, you can play with PC players, just kind of revisiting that whole world while Diablo 4 is still in production. So
okay, I was going to say, are they coming out with a new one?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Diablo 4 was announced about 18 months ago, maybe 2 years at this point. And obviously those games take years to create, and with COVID, I'm sure it's not going any faster. It's probably still 2-3 years out. So this, I think, is a little intermediate step for them in the meantime. But it looks
that's cool though.
Looks great.
I know it has a big following, and I know a lot of people respect the game, so it should be good.
Yeah, I'm excited. Elgato, one of the leading tech companies, released a brand new Cam Link Pro. So if you're unfamiliar with what Cam Links are, guys, as content creators, we obviously use PCs to do a lot of our streaming and our output. It's our computer that runs everything. When you have a camera that isn't just a USB webcam, if you have a real camera, that has to hook up to your PC. So a Cam Link is basically a computer chip that reads that camera and can compute it and put it into basically the type of software that we need. The Cam Link Pro, the reason why this is so big is it has 4 outputs. It's
an internal, correct?
Yes, it is.
You put it into your PC. It's not like I have one right here.
Yeah, it's not an external.
So this is a USB Cam Link.
Yep.
And it's kind of annoying because you only have so many USBs on your computer. The Camlink Pro is a 4, and it's like an internal. It's kind of like your capture card internal. So which is really cool.
Really cool. And I think especially for larger content creators, right, who want to be running multiple cameras and different things, this is big. And their initial release were things like DJs. Because as we're talking about, Twitch becoming more than just video games, DJ sets and things like that, and having, one camera that's behind and a camera that's in front and one that overlooks, like you can just do so many different things and have it all running to one capture card. It's a really cool product. Obviously brand new. Reviews are still out. But pretty cool for the world of streaming. And the other part is for anybody who's been trying to manage and build a new PC. Cough, cough.
I want to talk about it.
The team over at Acer, which is obviously one of the leading computer tech companies for creating computer parts, their executives believe that the PC shortage will end later in 2021.
Which does not help me right now, by the way.
No,
because
it does
I bought
not.
a PC a month ago, a month and a half ago. They said it's going to be shipped out the middle of April. Yeah, right. I have 50 subs bet in my stream. I said, I bet you guys, if the computer gets here mid-April, I will give 50 subs to my stream. If not, I bet you it's not. That's what I'm trying to say. It's just, I already know something else. They already contacted me and they were like, the case that you originally bought is sold out. Would you like the gray or the red? I was like, I would like the black one, my original one, when you said I went to go buy it and you said it was in stock still. So why are you letting me buy something that's out of stock? Shady, shady, shady.
Yeah, it's
but whatever.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting. But they're saying that the basically the demand and the production of the computer parts is catching up to each other. So listen, if we can get to a position where people can buy what they need, that's the ideal.
Well, I think the demand's starting to go down a little bit, to be honest with you, because we're not mid-pandemic. I think we hit that huge wave last year. I mean, I think it was huge for anything last year. That's why everything's so on a wait. But I think we're starting to get back to normal life, hopefully, at some point now with the vaccines coming out and everything. So I feel like I think things are hopefully going to start getting back into, I think we'll still be wearing masks at the end of the year, absolutely. Yep. But hopefully next year things will start to turn, We'd hope so, because there's a lot of people I know that are looking for the new NVIDIA graphic cards. We got a lot of people that are looking for like the new consoles, starting to get that stuff in demand so people can get what they need. I got a 3090 coming in my PC.
Good. Well, let's see if the PC ever comes.
I know. And then I got a Ryzen 9, so I'm hoping those are the two things that I'm like, though, we're like sold out, couldn't find anywhere. So I'm fingers fucking crossed, dude.
Let's get into some nonsense.
Where am I?
How did we get here?
It's time for
How did we get here?
Bam, bam. How did we get here? The segment where we asked hypothetical questions to see what we would do in these nonsense type scenarios.
All right, what do we got this week, Bear?
Here's what we're going to start with. For $35,000, Tails.
That's a lot of money.
$35,000. Would you go 3 months without washing, brushing your teeth? So no washing or brushing your teeth in any way, shape, or form. You just have to leave it as it is. Or not using deodorant.
Oh, I don't even use deodorant now. So
what? What?
My stream knows this. I'll be streaming. I'm like, and one time I did one armpit and not the other. I'm like, this one smells very nice. This one, oh, she not happy right now. Actually, I'm going to post on my TikTok soon. Yeah. No, I'm just kidding. I do wear deodorant, but with the pandemic, we've all been living at home. So I forgot. I forget to put it on sometimes. I use the El Natural stuff though. I use a native, I think it's called, and it's all natural. So because I don't want the chemicals and shit from the other deodorant, to be honest with you. And you can get like CVS. So sometimes, it's definitely a different material, different texture, and it sometimes works for the most part. Sometimes this blows my mind. Girl sometimes.
This blows my mind. But like, what if we're assuming that we're not in pandemic mode? Like, what if you had to be out in the real world and seeing real people? Which of these two?
Is it summer or winter?
It's 3 months. So 3 months from now. So let's just say May, June, and July.
Summertime, oof. All right. But I would much rather do the deodorant because you can at least shower and get rid of the smell versus the teeth thing.
What about gum, though? Does gum count? I know you can't hide tongue breath. You know what I mean?
Listen, no, here's the thing. I have very crevicey teeth. So anytime I eat steak, it does get stuck in between teeth. I have to floss and brush after to get it out.
Very crevicey teeth.
Crevicey teeth. I know. It's such weird. So no, I would definitely do for $35,000.
No deodorant.
I would definitely do the no deodorant because the teeth, a lot of your health stems from your mouth too in regards to your body and stuff. And I can't imagine not brushing my teeth for 3 months, you know? I mean, I've gone to bed one time without brushing my teeth. I wake up the next morning, I feel gouky.
Yeah, it's a disgusting feeling.
What would you do?
This is tough for me because, I'm a dude. And I'm a bigger dude, which means...
Oh, really? I had no fucking idea, Bear.
You might not know this about me. I am a man.
He's a man.
But it smells. If I don't have deodorant, like, are you kidding me? It's a man smell you don't want. That's a funk. I guess you're right from the shower standpoint. I would just take way more showers. Like, I'd shower like twice a day, once in the morning and once at night type stuff. But... because you're right. You can't get away with not brushing your teeth. And that's just... ugh.
What about baby powder?
Does baby powder work on stench? Maybe.
Absolutely. People put baby powder in their coochies. Wait, is that right? I could be wrong. Wait, hold on a second. Let me think about that.
I wasn't ready.
Wait, hold on. Don't you guys put baby powder on your ball sack?
Yeah, it's a known thing to help with like moisture and stuff like that. But that was I wasn't ready for the comment. Is the moral of that story? I wasn't ready for that.
I'm pretty sure. I don't know. Comment below if I'm incorrect, ladies.
Yeah,
but I don't think you put it in, but around.
Yeah, around. I mean, yeah, baby powder is used a lot for like rashes and redness, but you're right. I think it does help with moisture. I don't know about odor.
Not saying I got rashes. Not saying I got rashes.
We're not saying that. We're not saying it's not there either. But, listen, baby powder goes everywhere is the moral of the story.
But it does help with razor burn, though. So I guess that counts. If you got razor burn.
That's irritation and all those types of things. Okay, next question. Assuming you won the lottery. Mm-hmm. Congratulations. You just won the lottery for your state. They walk up to you. You have 2 options to receive your money. Option number 1, Tails. You can receive a $50,000 payout. Congratulations. Or...
Ooh, I won the lottery for $50,000? Fuck that shit. I'm going for the millions, baby. Mega millions.
Or you can give $10,000 to 10 friends or family, but they are not able to give it back to you. Which of those 2 options are you choosing?
Wait, so I either get $50,000 for myself?
$50,000 for yourself, or you can give $10,000 to 10 friends, so a total of $100,000 that would go to friends.
But I don't get anything.
But you can't, there's no caveat where, hey, I'm going to give it to them and they're just going to give me a piece back.
So I don't make anything, but first of all, I don't have 10 friends or family, so let's just get that out of the way. Let's get that out of the way. But if I did, no.
What about
Well, it depends on where I am in my life. I already plan on taking care of my parents and my family, so that's already taken care of. So that $50,000, I would at least, what I would do? No, I would take the $50,000 for myself, and then I would secretly throw them like.
Here's a couple bills.
You know what I mean? But if $100,000 for tens and friends and family, no way, Come on.
What if I change it to $50,000 for tens, friends, and family? So it's $50,000
No, I'm still not getting any of that. What's the point of winning in the lottery if you don't get any of that shit? Minus taxes. We haven't even talked about the tax part, have we now?
We'll assume it's tax-free. Moral of the story is Tails wants that green.
Well, yeah, and then I can figure out what I want to do with what I want. With the, here's $1,000.
Go away.
No.
Go away. Here's $1,000.
I already plan on taking care of my family, so I'm not worried about that kind of stuff. But, I mean, if I win the lottery, I'm going to take that money. And then I'll share it with whoever I want, but not me not getting anything. I mean, it just depends on where I'm at. If I'm a multimillionaire, absolutely. They can take that $100,000 and I could split it between 10 friends. But if I'm, I'm young and I'm trying to build a family one day and stuff. No, that shit's going in college funds. That shit's like, that's for my life and me buying investment properties, blah, blah, blah,
Yeah, fuck that. I'm not sharing anything. Just so we're both on the same page.
Well,
I'm getting that money though.
I sound like a piece of shit, and you're doing the same thing.
Listen, I'm here to play devil's advocate and to really get the truth out of you. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm keeping the money. That's my money. Ain't no way. If you could learn one skill in the world, Matrix style. So assuming you got plugged into a little computer and they could download one skill immediately that you don't have to train for, you're just immediately a master at it. What skill would you pick?
Like a realistic skill or something like a realistic, like can I be like invisible or can I fly or are we talking
No.
A
it's a realistic
skill?
Yeah, realistic skill. Yeah, not a superpower.
You go. What do you do? Go first.
You know what I've always been envious of? And I've actually been told by people that it's not that hard to do once you really know how to do it. But
I mean, it's a very broad statement, and I'm not quite sure. What?
No, I've always been envious of people. No. People who
bowling.
Yep, that's it. It's just bowling. I wish I could bowl. I can't. I'm a good bowler, please. A man of my size. You know I've been to an alley or two. You know they know me down at Block 63. They got lane 12. I have my own bowling ball. Nothing to see here.
No, you don't. Shut up.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Oh, my God. You are such a nerd.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I've always been jealous of people who can sit down at pianos and immediately play almost any song.
I can do that.
Well, I'm very jealous of that. I had a friend.
I can't play any song, but I can play piano.
I had a friend in college who legitimately that's what he could do is you could name any song you wanted and he could immediately start just playing it on a piano. And that's always been something I've been envious of. I feel like that's such a cool skill set and such a non-gimmicky party trick. You know what I mean? Like if you're out with people and there's an opportunity, like it's just a fun thing to have.
It's kind of like, look at me, I can do this really awesome thing.
Yeah, I mean, it depends where you're doing. If you're doing it in the middle of like a mall and you're like, everybody,
come piano. Let me just sit down.
Come look at how awesome I am. No, but you know what I mean.
No,
like
I saw that on TikTok.
If you're at a house party and just vibing with somebody, like that's different. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I get it. I think mine would be. I wish that I could, just because I can already do it and I can memorize other people's raps. But I think it would be really cool if I could learn. If I could rap out of nowhere and just make up my freestyle myself. I think that would be so cool to be a lyricist and then take that knowledge into being able to hold conversations, which I already can do. But I don't know, like I feel like it would be a really cool skill set to like be just a master of like a wordsmith. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I don't know. That's the only thing I could think of. I'm gonna think of something in like when we get done with this, and I'm gonna be like, damn it, why did I say that? Oh, you know what? Skill cooking. I wish I could fucking cook.
I love to cook. I'm a great cook.
I know you are. Rub it in my face a little bit more.
We need to do more cooking streams. That's what we need more of in this world.
Yikes.
Nah, I think it's a good idea. Let's get into the mailbag.
Mail came.
The mail is here.
You know whose mailbag that is?
I do.
You got questions? We got answers. Time for the mailbag.
Mailbag. Boom, boom, boom. You guys, mailbag, the opportunity to answer questions straight from you. If you guys want to submit a question, a couple ways you can do it. Number one is hit us up on Twitter or Instagram. You can also leave a comment if you're out on the YouTubes.
Or you can subscribe to my OnlyFans and send me a personal DM with a tier 3 package of $100 a month.
That's it. That will also work, guys. You heard it here.
By the way, a tier 3 package would get a picture of me picking my nose once a month being sent to you. So I'm just letting you know that's the type of OnlyFans I run.
Some people are into that.
I know. You're right. I'm just kidding. I don't have an OnlyFans.
Sausage Gravy, a.k.a. Tim of the Bear Gang, wants to know, do you think that as a content creator, it is important to put time aside to play with your community no matter the size of your following? So whether you want to continue to engage the community
question.
Of where you're at.
Good question.
I could start, and then I'd love to hear your 2 cents, because obviously our communities are 2 different sizes.
Absolutely.
If people are kind of curious where that kind of leads us. So my community has about, I think we're at like 8.2 thousand followers on Twitch, and we get about 100 viewers per stream right now, versus Tails, you're what, over 100K followers?
Yeah.
Yeah, where are you at?
I think we're at 114,000. I think we're at 114,000 on Twitch, and then I'm over
1,000
about
viewers
1,200. Yeah, I mean 1,200, between 1,000 to 1,200 average viewers. Yeah, so two different sizes, which I think will be good. 2 different views.
Is. And we also both can speak on, because obviously we've walked this path, what it was when you were smaller. So
absolutely,
I
go
think,
for it.
I think these are 3 different phases. So where I'm at, and even before, I believe it's very important. And specifically because I think as you're building that baseline, it's the foundation of your house has to be the community. If you're going to grow as a content creator, there's kind of 3 things that you need to take into consideration. 1 is, how do I recruit and attract new people? 2 is, how do I get those people then to branch out to my other forums? But number 3 is, how do I retain people? How do I make people very what is this face that you just made?
I just peeled my thumbnail off and it fell in my mouth. It was gross.
Get it, girl.
Sorry, I know you were in the middle of something, and I just saw your face all of a sudden. I cracked my thumbnail. It was really long. I'm trying to grow them out, and I peeled it off in my mouth, and then it got stuck in my tooth, so I had to. And it fell. Sorry.
I fucking love it.
I got ADHD. I can't help it.
Nah,
okay,
you're
sorry.
good.
I'm just gonna. I pick my nails. I can't help it. All right,
you're good.
go.
You're good. Yeah, basically what I'm saying is the third facet of it is retaining people, right? And giving people a reason to want to come back and want to engage with your community and want to be a part of something. And part of that, especially very early on, community nights can be a huge asset to that. When I was first getting started, that was a weekly thing. For every Tuesday, I was playing with followers. And then that became sub nights where it was just for subscribers. And now we're back to like one day a week. We're doing some form of community on Sundays. Sometimes I stream it, sometimes I don't. But it's really a night to say thank you to the people that are a part of that. It keeps everyone engaged. But obviously that becomes tougher and tougher to manage. So I would say if you're wondering, do you set aside for regardless of the size? The answer is yes. If you're very, very small and the community is not that large, I would say don't worry about like, are there going to be enough people? Instead, just open it up. Like if you only have a few followers, just say, hey, we're going to allow followers to play with us. If you're around and we have an open spot, it's open invitation, come on through. You might also attract some people because there's people who surf kind of Twitch looking for those types of things where they can play with the streamer. So you might find some new people that can engage in your community. Once you get to a point that you're more established, kind of like where I'm at, then you can start to really focus on tailored events for those individuals, planning them ahead of time, making sure people know about them, and then branching out and doing different ones. But eventually, obviously, it gets tougher and tougher to do. Tails, where are you at with kind of the scale that you're at?
So I mean, I was where you were at one point in my career when I was growing, and I completely agree with you in regards to the foundation and creating those relationships. Now, when you start to grow and become a bigger streamer, it's still a very important thing, but you're gonna find that the time, you're just not going to have as much time as you used to have. And that's the truth. I used to be able to jump in when my life, like this was back when I was pushing for partner and I was on a smaller scale. Like I was in my Discord and playing games off stream a lot. What I've realized is one of the most important things for me is my mental health and what I go through and how I need to be able to manage that. And for me, in order to manage that is I need to take a step back. I cannot, when I'm not streaming, which I stream 4 days out of the week, so that gives me 3 days, Monday, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. Saturdays are the weekends, but Mondays and Wednesdays, when I'm not streaming, I'm still working. So for me, I'm on my computer all day. I need a break. And those are the only times that I have, guys. So Wednesdays, yep, I have a community night every Wednesday. Sometimes I miss it, but most of the time I am there because I think it's very important. I know larger streamers that are my size that do not even do a community night. I think I've always had a community night. I enjoy it. I get to meet and I get to really build relationships with those people. Hopefully my computer doesn't keep shitting out of me. It keeps dying on me and making things very difficult for me. But I am very in tune with my community. For me, I know that compared to when I was smaller, where my time is now, it's not where it used to be. And I know that, but that's just what happens. Things change when you start to grow because I can't even begin to tell you guys how busy I am when I am not streaming with the content and the editing and putting stuff out there. But yes, I do play games off stream with a select few if it's not community night, with my close friends that I'm friends with my moderators and stuff like that. Not often, but I do when I have a free night. But like, put it this way in perspective, the only 2 nights I have are Mondays and Saturdays because Tuesday nights I stream, and when I get done stream, I'm not continuing to play. I'm getting off because I put so much energy into my streams. Exactly. Wednesday's community night, so that's the one night. So the only 2 other nights I have off are Mondays and Saturdays. And Mondays, if I'm on my computer all day editing and taking care of stuff for YouTube, et cetera, the last thing I want to do is to be on it later on because I start getting a migraine or headache. And then Saturdays are just my complete detached day.
Yeah, it's
to
your
just
adult
get
day.
off of that. So it just comes down to time. It's not that I don't put the effort in, because I absolutely do. I'm active in my Discord. I talk to people. I'll jump into voice channels all the time saying, hi, how's everyone doing? But you just have to understand that as things start to scale bigger and the stuff I have going on, you know, and it's all a learning process too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I've hired editors, so I do have people that are there to help it make it easier for me. But there's so much more to it. I'm also living my life. I'm not a young, you know, I have my own house. I've got things I have to do as an adult. I don't live at my parents anymore. I have a lot more on my plate now. And, but I feel like I still have not lost that connect. My community loves me. I play Among Us, which is a huge part of building relationships.
Well, I'm gonna challenge you here, because here's one thing that I believe you do that's so amazing is we talk about, like, what I mentioned and you agreed to is early on you can cast this wide net and capture your community and community night, right? Play with followers and all my people can come in and it's an open invitation. Or now we're doing, you know, open Warzone community nights at my scale. But at some point you can't cast that net and capture everybody, right? You can't with as many viewers as you have. So instead of doing that, you've almost gone this inch wide, mile deep, where you when you do events and you do it with people within your community, whether that's things like Among Us or the 1v1 Sundays that you do, right?
That's the other thing too.
That's
just
huge.
Quickly, 1v1 Sundays is also a way for me to connect with my community, because I play with new people I've never met before, and I'll play with existing subs, and we have a good time. So that to me is also counts as community time. So I do have community times twice out of the week. But
and I think that's big, because no longer can you cast this wide net. So how do I provide value? Is instead of just saying, well, I'm going to open this up and you guys can connect with us and play, I want to get to know you on a one-on-one scale for the next 5 to 7 minutes. While we run around, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
That's huge. I think
that I find is that time that I get to meet with those people, unless I'm trolling them or I'm raging at them because they're beating me. I'm so sorry. I have
hiding in a container.
I don't want to talk about it. But no, it's just a nice way to get to know people and get them out of their shell and just really like pull back the layers and just be like, listen, like, I'm just talking to you, I'm human. And a lot of it's crazy because sometimes they get really nervous. I'm like, don't be nervous. And I never thought that like people would play with me and be nervous to play with me. And I'm just like, no, it's okay. And I do. And back to his question, it doesn't matter what size you are. You still should have a connection with your community. Mm-hmm. It just will vary in the way that it looks.
100%.
It varies on your actions and what you're going to do. Rather, making time to play with your community versus the things that you like, actions that you put towards your community to be like, you know, I'm still here, we're connected, you know, play games and stuff, but not so much of that when I'm not streaming, playing with, you know, with them in outside of our community night and stuff like that. It just comes in different forms. It looks different, but I think it's very important, no matter the size, even larger streamers, to always have that hook in their community. You got to have something. Yeah. You have to have something that you're providing that gives them that value. Absolutely.
Maria wants to know from Instagram, if you weren't content creators, what job would you have and why?
Ooh.
I could start. I probably would be doing the same thing that I was doing before, which is financial services. My job and my career was in investments, retirement planning, and all of that. And obviously, that's still a major part of who I am. I still look at the market. I do investing on the side for myself, but if I never picked up content creation, I'd probably still be doing that. And I like that. I mean, I'm a big numbers guy. I'm a big data guy. So that really plays well. It's a high paced industry, obviously, when you talk about investments and finance. So there's a lot of things that are going on there, but yeah, that's probably where I would be. What about you?
Good. Cause I don't know where the fuck I would be, to be honest with you. I didn't go to college, and I was managing a gym for 10 years before I started streaming, and I was just stuck. I was like, I don't know what I'm doing with my life. I looked into maybe doing like x-ray tech or like ultrasound tech, because I thought that would make me, for me it was always about like what would make me a good enough money to be able to provide for my future family and stuff. And, you know, so I always kind of put aside when you're trying to figure out your career, I always put aside like what would actually make me happy. And I look back at that, I'm like, that would have never made me happy. I've always felt, even just managing a gym and I was being my own boss, I had the owner, but I still was able to do things and kind of, you know, do things the way I wanted to. I kind of knew that I always wanted to be an entrepreneur. I just didn't know what exactly that was. So to be honest with you, if I wasn't doing this and if I saved up enough money to do it, I would either be doing real estate and sales or something that had to do with something that I would have to do probably with real estate, which I'm still doing now. But honestly, I have no idea where I would be if this didn't happen in my life. And that's the scary thing, because I was lost. I never wanted to go. I hated school. I did not want to go back to school. From where I was in my life at the time, I tried it online. I was going to like Southern New Hampshire University or something like that. I was like, saw it on TV and it was horrible. It was so expensive. It was stupid. It just wasn't, I didn't like it. So I was kind of screwed. And then this came into my, like, it just all worked out. And I thank my lucky stars every single day that this happened for me, because
it's a perfect
thank
fit.
My ex-boyfriend for cheating on me and fucking me over. For me to have left you and moved back home and started streaming because of you, I wouldn't be where I am. Thank God. Thank you for doing that to me, because I deserved so much better. And I'm just so happy, because if I that was my turning point in my life right there. That was my turning point.
It's a perfect fit, like ketchup and mac and cheese.
Yes! Do you put ketchup on your mac and cheese, or are you just trolling me right now?
No, absolutely I do.
Thank you.
And I put hot dogs in there.
Everyone always yells at me and says I'm weird about it. I know
No.
it's not. It's very good. If you never had it, you should try it.
It's
Don't
delicious.
even shut your mouth.
You guys, thank you so much for tuning in. This has been another episode of the Bear and Tails podcast.
Thanks, guys.
You guys, we love you as always. New episodes drop every Wednesday. Make sure to subscribe to the channel on whatever platform you view us on. We're out on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, and out on YouTube. Also out on Twitter and Instagram.
Love you long time.
Love you long time, guys.
Time.
Until next week, I hope you all are staying safe, staying happy, and happy gaming, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
That was another episode of the Bear and Tails podcast.
You want more?
Oh my God, I would love some.
Make sure to subscribe and share and catch both Bad Bear Gamer and SWEEETTAILS live on their streams out on Twitch.
We're just big vibes, you know what I mean?
I hope you guys enjoy it.
Don't forget to follow the show on YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram.
At Bear and Tails Podcast.